All right, back again for another deep dive. And this time we're looking at something pretty wild.
Definitely wild.
Yeah, a Champions League match report about Lille OSC just crushing it.
Yeah.
6-1 against Feyenoord. Wow. So that's what we're going to be diving into today.
Sounds good.
So, I mean, this is a huge win for Lille, potentially a turning point in their season.
Could be, yeah.
And for Feyenoord, well, not so much. 3 of those 6 goals were actually own goals.
Ooh.
Talk about bad luck, right?
Yeah, definitely some bad luck there.
But on the flip side, maybe Lille was just applying that much pressure
Yeah, you got to think.
that they just completely fell apart.
Exactly. It's more than just the scoreline, right? It's like you got to look at the tactics and the psychology of what's going on the field.
So let's rewind back to the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
Those early moments were pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Lille had a golden opportunity right off the bat, like less than a minute in.
Really?
Yeah. Sarawi, who, by the way, ends up having an amazing game, just misses a clear shot right in front of him.
Oh, man.
You could just feel the tension, right? But you know what's impressive? They didn't let that missed chance get to them.
Right.
It's like they just flipped a switch and went straight into attack mode, and boom. Moments later, Sarawi scores from like an impossible angle. It's like he redeemed himself.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
So they were already off to a strong start.
Yeah.
But Feyenoord, they fought back, right?
Yeah.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah, Gimenez managed to score off a corner kick. And for a second, you think, okay, maybe this is going to be a real back and forth kind of match.
Right.
But if you look closer, you can already see that Feyenoord's kind of struggling. They were dealing with a bunch of injuries coming into the match, and their defense just couldn't handle Lille's relentless pressure.
So it sounds like they were already on the back foot.
Oh, yeah. Lille was dominating possession. Their passing was super crisp, and they just kept creating chance after chance. It was like there were waves crashing against Feyenoord's defense.
And then came the turning point.
Oh, yeah.
Right before halftime, the first own goal, was that just pure bad luck for Feyenoord? Or was there something more to it?
Well, I mean, on the surface, it looks like a really unlucky deflection.
Right.
But you got to remember, this was a direct result of Lille's attacking strategy. They were forcing Feyenoord into making mistakes.
I see.
You could see the impact on both teams right away.
Oh, yeah.
Lille went into halftime with this renewed sense of confidence, and Feyenoord looked deflated. You could see it on their body language. Their passing got sloppy, and they weren't challenging for the ball with the same intensity.
Oof. And then the second half, it was like Feyenoord just completely unraveled.
Yeah, it was rough.
2 more own goals. What are the odds?
I mean, that's practically unheard of, right? 3 own goals in one match.
Yeah.
Again, this wasn't just about luck. Okay, Lille's coach had clearly done his homework. He knew Feyenoord's weaknesses, especially in their backline.
So even without those own goals?
Even without them, Lille was in control, and they probably would have won comfortably anyway. It's also important to note, Feyenoord being unseeded in the playoffs, that means they're going to be up against tougher opponents. It's a big disadvantage.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy for them.
Hmm.
And amidst all this chaos, Jonathan David becomes Canada's all-time leading scorer in the Champions League.
Yeah. What an achievement. That goal just shows his consistency and his ability to find the back of the net.
Absolutely. And we can't forget Sarawi's performance either. 2 goals and 2 assists.
Unstoppable. Like he was playing a different game entirely.
So much to unpack here. What are some key takeaways from this deep dive?
Well, we saw Lille's just incredible dominance.
Yeah.
That unfortunate series of own goals that sealed Feyenoord's fate and the impact this match is going to have on both teams' Champions League journeys.
Absolutely. But you mentioned something earlier about the psychology of the game.
Right. Think about it. Can Feyenoord recover from a loss like this? They've got the playoffs coming up, and they need to find a way to regain their confidence and composure.
Right.
This loss, it could either fuel them to prove themselves, or it could completely shatter their spirit. It'll be interesting to see how they respond.
That is a great point. Something for all of us to think about as we watch the playoffs unfold.
Definitely.
Well, thanks for breaking it all down for us. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Sounds good.
See ya.
See ya.